Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Happy to Do It, where we are happy to discuss all things AWS Managed Services. I'm your hostess, Betty Elblock, and I'm a program manager for the AWS MSP program. Today's special guest and subject matter expert is Christine Henley, our global leader of partner go-to-market segments at AWS and two-time winner on the CRN Women of the Channel list. And Christine has been at AWS for 14 years, which means she is already up for her purple badge coming up here, and she's dressed perfectly for that part. Thank you so much for being here, Christine.
Thank you for having me.
So we learned at your reInvent session last year that small and medium businesses represent 98% of businesses across all industries, which is insane. And they account for nearly $500 billion total addressable spend, or will, by 2027. So AWS finds these customers to be so important that we stood up a competency to address the needs of them. What makes serving SMB customers really unique for the partners that go out and attain that competency?
Absolutely. It's a great question. And we like to say around here, there's nothing small about small business. As you mentioned, this is a really diverse group of customers spanning all industries, countries, buying personas. And so it's a great question about what really makes partners successful when they're working with customers in this segment. And there's a couple of things that we've seen. Although it's a very diverse group, there's a few common traits we see among some of the more successful partners helping us serve this customer base. One of those is that they're really strong at speaking to the business value directly to oftentimes the CEO or CIO of that small or medium business. So not starting with cloud technology, but starting with the business impact that we can deliver, and then sharing how cloud technology can help that company reach its business goals and serve its customers in a better fashion. Wonderful. The second is we've seen partners really excel at packaging that kind of information and content so that they can reach a wide variety of SMBs. Partners can call this starter offers, or we have some creative partners call it appetizers, but it's really easy ways for the SMB customer to get started or to think about how they use cloud or could use cloud to further their business objectives. Having that kind of packaged starting offering really can help you reach and engage more SMBs at scale.
Wonderful, thank you. And along the same lines, what are sort of the top three opportunities or business challenges that MSPs can help address within those customer cloud environments?
Absolutely. Some key trends we're seeing these days is the rise in buying SaaS or software as a service, especially directly. Actually, historically, a lot of these customers had an IT outsourced partner and they bought all of their software and IT through that partner. These days, we see much more SMB customers going online and purchasing SaaS directly. And so some MSPs have come to us and said, well, what does that mean for us as a company? But when we look deeper into that data, we find almost immediately after making that purchase, SMBs are frequently turning to a managed service provider to help them digest that software into their business processes. On average, even small businesses use over 30 different business applications inside their company. And in the medium size, it can get well over 100.
Wow.
So they are really looking to managed service providers to help them rationalize across these applications, build connectivity, and help them derive data and insights out of those applications.
That's great.
The second key area we see is security. Of course, security is always job zero, but SMBs are right to be particularly concerned. Over half of all cyber attacks attack small and medium businesses. And so they're always looking for partners that truly understand how to help them stay secure in the cloud. And the third area is that business insights and productivity. How are you helping the SMB businesses reach their end customers in a more productive, maybe online way? Maybe you're bringing in generative AI or AI ML to help automate some of their business processes. But most small businesses are looking at how do they scale and reach more of their own end customers, and they're valuing partners who can help them leverage their applications and their data in more insightful and productive ways.
That's wonderful. I think of like a perfect example of, you talked about, I think, core buyers, in your segmentation of SMB businesses. And the company my dad works for happens to be that exact profile. They had so many different applications running separately. None of it was interlinked. They finally went out and actually hired an MSP to resolve those issues. Oddly enough, after I started working at AWS, which I think might have been part of the encouragement. So go dad, way to go. Another big kind of factor of partners being successful in sort of this line of business is being able to scale. So what's the best way that AWS helps those partners scale with SMB customers?
Absolutely. So we've developed a number of tools, packaged campaigns. I talked a lot about packaging, and because anything that you can sort of do once and then put out there for all to see is really going to help the partner, the MSP, scale themselves to reach more customers and start that conversation. And so there's a lot of information and packaging that AWS has put together. We have small and medium business focused marketing campaigns that the partner can add their own branding on and take out to the world. We have something we call starter kits, which is packaged AWS solutions for really common, simple business problems like security, storage, data insights that really help the partner. They have their own first call deck, sales play, marketing campaign, and then also what we call a CloudFormation template, which helps the partner more easily deploy that packaged solution as well. So those are just some of the examples. But as you touched upon, the best way to learn about all of the materials that we have available to partners is to join our small and medium business competency. That's where you'll work directly with my team. We'll teach you all of the opportunities and the insights that AWS has in the SMB space, how we go to market, as well as making sure you're aware of all the tools and programs to support partners in that space. We also have a customer-facing hub. We call it the Smart Business Hub. And so if you Google AWS Smart Business, you should find it right away. And that's where we publish to the customer our insights. And there's a lot of wealth of information for partners to dive into there as well as what we call our SMB community. So we actually engage with end customers and build community, helping SMBs chat with other SMBs about business problems and how do they move forward. And partners are very welcome to join that community and join the conversation there as well.
That's great. I love that you're addressing it from both sides. I also love that the SMB competency is so aligned to having partners go out to market with this, right? Not just saying, here's the tech validation, here's how you upskill, but like, we're going to tell you how to reach these customers. I think that's really, really impactful. Christine, thank you so much for being here. If you want to learn more, we're going to include the links to some of those Smart Business Hub and the SMB competency in the show description, and let us know if you liked the content, and we will see you next time on Happy to Do It.